No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow.
Ghetto cafe in the building, steam rising from the stove. We switching lanes, they don't want it, they just pose for the smoke. If it's about that coffee, we got the roast and the toast. Shots fired from the French press, let it drip slow and boast. Mornings on the west, sun low, but the grind stay woke. Ghetto cafe, steam in the breeze. Cruising through dreams with a mug and some peace. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves.
Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow.
What's good? This is the AM Wake Up Show with Rios. Coffee with Rios, the AM Wake Up Show, the number one morning show in the whole wide world. Craig, what's up, Ghetto Cafe? How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing on this Monday morning? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Ready to get this week started on a high note, on a productive note, on a positive note. Being purposely positive, purposely productive. Oh, let me get this chat box out the way. What's good with y'all, man? The coolest, coldest chat in the whole wide world. Coolest, coldest chat in the whole wide world. You already know what it is, man. Uh-oh. Where's this at? Close that one up. Okay. What's good? Tafashe, Bloss, Camp 60, Cool Dad Car Care. Shout out to Cash, man. Danielle, Mayor Garcia, Tafashe, Alex the largest in the building. Oh shit, Alex is in the building. What's going on? We got all of our OGs in the building right now, man. We got all of our people up in here. What is happening? What's going down? It's a lot of shit going down, man. Hopefully people ain't out there too discouraged with all this craziness happening on the political spectrum in the political world. Don't get too consumed with that. Also, remember, we have our lives that we have to live. Get your coffee, get your tea, get your water, your lemon water, whatever it is that you got, man. Get your smoothie, your juice, whatever it is. Let's get to our regular routine. Let's get to our regular regular stuff that we doing on the normal, being positive, good people. But shout out to y'all, man. The Ghetto Cafe, coolest, chillest, coldest chat in the whole wide world, man. Shout out to Sunshine. What happened to Sunshine? Oh, man. Don't give me no bad news. Prayers and shout out to Sunshine if anything is going on. I just saw somebody said, shout out to Sunshine. Oh, Cool Dad Car Care. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to my brother Cash out there in New Orleans, man. Happy birthday. Hopefully you get everything. Hopefully you get what you asked for. I want you to enjoy your day. Having a birthday, being here for another year. We need to start as men. We need to start being more grateful and thankful for every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year that we do get to be here, that we do get to be a blessing for somebody else. We need to start appreciating those days and appreciating those times, man. So happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday tomorrow. Sunshine was in a bad car accident doing Uber. Damn, shout out. Okay, prayers out to Sunshine. Prayers of strength and healing to Sunshine, baby, man. Sunshine got into a car accident, just trying to make some money for her family, money for herself. I know everything is going to be all right. I know she's going to make a full recovery. She is strong. She is God-fearing, and she is a strong woman. So prayers for her in the chat, Ghetto Cafe. Thank you to Fashe for dropping the GoFundMe. There's a GoFundMe for Sunshine right there. She was in an accident. So let's
sunflower.
Uh-oh. I got multiple dang, man. Alex DeLarge, thank you for the super chat. That's incredible, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That just kind of messed me up. So you guys, please support her. Go to her GoFundMe and support her because she is, I'm pretty sure, not able to work right now. She was in an accident. So help support her in any way that you guys can. A prayer is also much appreciated. Send a prayer up for her and her family, man. Damn. But you know what? That goes right into a message of surviving the darkness. It's bad, damn. So if it's bad, it's that bad, you guys. Please send everybody. If you guys are going to send a super chat this morning, don't send a super chat. Send a GoFundMe. If she's really hurt, I don't like that. Don't send a super chat. Send a GoFundMe. I'd much rather it go to Sunshine than come to a super chat to me. I am able-bodied. I'm healthy. I can get up and go. I'm not sure how bad it is or what's it, but if Alex says it's bad, it's bad. You guys, don't do super chats. Let's do the GoFundMes. Let me pin this to the top of the chat. You guys go ahead and oh man, that sucks. That sucks. No super chats. Just GoFundMes for Sunshine, man. I pinned it to the top. Dang it. Poor baby. You know what? It's about surviving the darkness, man. Surviving the dark times. This is just a season. This is just a season. You know what I mean? This is a season to be still. It's a time for her to be still and to think things out. Give her a moment to appreciate, a moment to sit and think and thank God for situations and what you're going to do out of this. Like what is the gain out of this? We all know she's going to make it out of this. We all know that she's going to be okay. But we got to sometimes look at the all moments as wins. What can we pull from this to be positive? What can we pull from this to look at it as a cup half full, not a cup half empty? These are just seasons. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be obstacles sent up against you. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be adversity that is sent your way that you're going to have to deal with. And never let it be bigger than your motivation and inspiration to get past those adversities. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop Sunshine. She's going to make a full recovery. She's going to be powerful and strong as ever. She's going to come out of this situation even stronger than what she was when she went into the situation. I completely, fully believe that. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. This is just an unfortunate moment, but it's just a moment. It's just a temporary situation that's going to build you stronger. Damn, Sunshine. I'm glad you guys said that. I didn't know anything about it. She got a long road ahead. It's a long road, but if you look at the bigger picture, the grand scale, what it is to your whole life and the things that you've been through in your life, a recovery could be a year. But what's a year to a 45-year life? What's a 1 year recovery in comparison to the years that you've been here and the years that the things that you have accomplished, the things that you have gotten past? Look at your moment right now and be like, this is one thing that I know I'm going to get past because I'm looking back at everything else that I've gotten past. Nothing is going to stop me. God is with me. Nothing can stop me. Oh, man. That is not great news. You know what I mean? I really love Sunshine, man. But also remember, Sunshine, there is nothing that can stop you. Look at the things that you have gotten past in your life. Look at the barriers, the things where people have tried to stop you from being great. People trying to stop you from moving forward, from forward motion, and how you got past that shit. This is just one more thing to get past, to put a strike on the wall or a notch on your belt. This is another thing that tried to stop me that wasn't able. This is another opponent that I defeated. This ain't nothing but just another opponent you're about to defeat. Now you're getting ready for the battle. You got this, Sunshine. You really, really do. Dang it. I can't stand car accidents. You know why I can't stand car accidents. Like, I've been in so many in my life. I've been in a lot of car accidents. And my last serious car accident, it stuck with me for so long. It messed up my sleep. It messed up my dreams. It messed up the way I drove for a few years. And I didn't really realize it until like my wife pointed out. It was probably when I first started dating Ayana. I got into a really bad accident on the freeway, the 110 freeway, hit one wall, bounced off that wall all the way to another wall during the rain. It was raining. And my 5.0 was like the front end almost touching the back end. All the wheels was off, convertible. And that accident messed up my sleep and my driving for at least, I'm going to say at least a year and a half. I would have nightmares. I would have sweats, sleeping. I would not like driving in the rain. Accidents have longing effects, you know what I mean? But you just got to get past that shit. Like, fuck that. And sometimes it's not your fault, you know? Cool Cash dealing with that right now. It's a real thing. And you know what I had to do? I had to start really sitting down and thinking about it. I started having those nightmares. I would have nightmares that I didn't have control of my car. I would be in the back seat and I'm trying to get to the front steering wheel and my kid would be in the car and just like not having control of the car. I had to start waking up and really sitting on those dreams and how they didn't make sense and this and that, and really being aware of why things were happening. Like, these are subconscious, these are the subconscious thoughts that you're having, these fears that you have. And it's like, yeah, exactly. PTSD from the accident is real. I was in the middle of the freeway looking for my phone as cars is flying through. I was concussed. My head was busted open. But it's more than just the physical injury that comes with car accidents. When it's a bad car accident, it's more than just a physical injury. It's emotional, it's mental, things that are hurting, things that are going wrong. It's more than what's just surface level. It's beneath there. So prayers to her and strength. And I want to get on a call with her and talk to her and just tell her she's got this, man. Everybody, if anybody can, anybody has her email, anybody has her Instagram, send her a good message, man. This is a moment and a time where you need that. Just a moment, just a phase in life right here. But let's get to some of this stuff that's going on in the world. Some of the things that are happening in the world. Prayers to Sunshine. I'm going to hit her up on Instagram. But let's get to some of the things that are happening in the world that I do want to receive some calls about. I do want to hear people's thoughts on this stuff because it's been a real trip to me. Some of this stuff. about these Epstein files and how all of a sudden, and my thing is, I'm not one party versus the other party. I feel like it's a lot of dirty people involved with all this stuff, but it's a trip to me how Trump is like now saying, "Oh, go investigate J.P. Morgan Chase, Chase Morgan, J.P. whatever that shit is called, Bill Clinton, a couple other people." But when just a few months ago, he was saying, "Oh, this is just a hoax. This is just a hoax. There's nothing real about these Epstein files. We're past it." But now that they're out, he's like, "Okay, now go after these guys. I'm going to send special investigation after these people." After these people. Why, if you knew this information, why didn't you send the people anyway? Why didn't you send that anyway? Why didn't you already have them being investigated? If you knew about this information, why didn't you do it anyway? I thought it was a hoax. I thought it was fake. Clinton, if Clinton is Bubba, there's an email in there where it says, "I wonder if Trump has the pictures or photos of Trump blowing Bubba." They're saying Bill Clinton is Bubba. Trump has showed us his skills on the microphone before. Man, I feel like we're in a movie. I feel like we're in a straight movie. I feel like this shit is a script. I really, really do. Like, it's so bizarro world, man. Like, everything is just flipped upside down and reverse Uno. Like, this shit in this Epstein is very sad. Very, very sad stuff happening. But at the minimum, Trump and these people are accomplices in what Epstein was doing. They were friends with Epstein for favor, for influence, to get connections to other people. A bunch of dirty shit, man. A bunch of dirty shit going on. And it Bill, Mr. Saxophone. But you know who's not? Rios, did you see James' opening video today? No, I don't even know what's James' opening today. I don't know, have any idea what this, but all I do know is that a lot of these people are dirty dogs. He said, "Did I see James open a video today?" No. And that's on both sides, man. All over the place. They got money. They rich. They doing, question them. Just question. They got some kind of power. They got some kind of influence. Question what they're doing. They all rubbing elbows. They all doing more than just rubbing elbows together. You know who's not in there, though? Ain't no mention of Kamala. No mention of Obama. No mention of Biden that I've seen so far. None of that shit. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, both parties are not doing much to help the people." Let's just put it like that. Both parties aren't doing much to help the people. But I see one party that is deliberately and extremely hurting the people. Blatantly. With no regard. I'm going off of who I don't see in there now. Who's not in there? That's interesting. Okay. He's not there. Yeah. Oh, the sleepy dude? Yeah, I'll take sleepy over PDF. I'll take sleepy old over PDF any day. You was letting this monster operate on your country club. And then when shit got too hot, then you snitched on him. You knew everything that was going on. Trump knew everything that was going on. But he didn't want to burn Epstein because he knew that the ramifications that came with that. The barking dog. You know what dog is not barking? Trump. Don't you find it surprising? Like these emails? Let me see if I can go to some of this stuff. Because I remember we were talking about technocracy and shit, but let's just go to this real quick.
and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then. This vote, the record of this vote, will last longer than Donald Trump. But in 2030, he's not going to be the president, and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then. This vote, the record of this vote, will last longer than Donald Trump. But in 2030, he's not going to be the president, and you will have voted to protect pedophiles if you don't vote to release these files, and the president can't protect you then. This vote, the record of this vote, will last longer than Donald Trump. But in 20
I'm calling the people that are dealing with Epstein PDFs. The people that are dealing with little girls are PDFs. I'm calling Trump a rapist, Trump a predator, because guess what? He has court cases against him. He has lawsuits that he's paying against him for being a predator. Spending time. So if so they calling them best friends, PDF best friends, right? Epstein, the number one PDF is your best friend. The number one PDF in the world. I don't know if he's the number one in the world, but say Epstein is number one PDF. Number one trafficking, number one doing all this negative shit to these women. And that's your boy. That's your best friend. All this money, all this influence, all this power. Prince Andrews, all these people, all these powerful people coming to visit him. Why do we, so these people that, am I muted? I should be done. Am I still muted? Hey, is this Alex?
Yeah, you're muted, Rios.
I'm still muted?
I think so. I don't know. Just a second ago you were.
Let me see. No, I'm good. I had it muted on accident. Okay. But I'm glad you called it. Thank you for calling and let me know, because I want to see if when I go to the full screen reaction, if I'm muted.
Kathy.
Okay, there we go. I had it muted in the reaction screen. Okay, copy. But okay, Alex, I'm glad I got you on the phone. So let me say this, because this is the shit that like really, I don't want to say it trips me out, because I know how people can be in. Let me see. This is sounding weird.
Watch your words. They could be listening.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. I gotta turn one of these off.
Shout out.
All right. feel like it's just like really give me like reverb. I can hear it on the. Okay.
But it's been interesting, man. It's been interesting.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Muted in full screen. Now I'm muted in full screen. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But okay, my main thing was like they make all these excuses for this fool Trump. They make all these excuses for him when it comes to him like being involved in with these monsters and these people that are doing all this shit in the world. But when it comes to him doing like positive shit, like, okay, he's the greatest, he's the smartest, this and that. But then when it comes to common sense, being around these major PDFs, these major monsters in the world, it's just like, oh no, he's good. No, that was just an accident. Give him all the benefit of the doubt.
They, what I found out recently with dealing all this, like, I've been known that this country is biased towards a certain color of people. But what I did find out is that, like, they will, I know one thing they'll protect more than a white woman is a white man. That's what I found out. Like, America will protect a white woman to the death, but a white man, forget about it. That's even more. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And man, this is out there. He's got depositions. His son's got depositions. They're pleading the fifth constantly. They don't remember anything. These are guys that these are guys that we used to joke about, talking about, you'll hear from my lawyers. That's the only way they know how to deal with things, through their lawyers. It's crazy, man. Like there's a lot of these politicians that are involved in this, and he knew it. That's why he used to throw it in their face. Yeah. I know the same people. I know what you guys do behind the scenes. I use the same tax breaks. I do the same. They all know. They all know they got dirt on everyone. That's what even Trump was saying. Expose the deep state, the people that are actually really running the country. Uh-huh. Like, man, he sent $40 billion to Argentina. $40 billion to Argentina.
Oh my God, that shit right there. But with on contention of only if this president it becomes president, am I giving you $40 billion? Only if he is elected president will I give you $40 billion.
It was more so like if he doesn't win, we ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, we ain't fucking with you. And why does he want to be in Argentina? Yep. Because he wants a foothold in South America because of what's going on with Venezuela, what's going on with Brazil, what's going on with BRIC. And man, it's just so much shit going on. But I want to stay on track with the PDF stuff because us as normal people, right? We kind of crazy. We're not super normal. We kind of crazy. But us, let's just say we're just normal people. We get guilty by association. If we get accomplices, if we're just in a car with somebody driving to a gas station and they commit a crime and we drive off, don't even know about it. We're still get charged with the crime, not even knowing. Ignorance doesn't mean you're not a part of it. I'm telling you, this dude you cannot be around in those circles with those people of all that influence and not know, not even iota, not even a small part of you knows anything about what's going on. You're just oblivious to everything. If you're that stupid and you're that oblivious, on top of that, you shouldn't be the damn president because you don't even see what's happening right in front of your nose.
How is there hundreds of my underage victims? How is there hundreds of underage victims, but the only guy that ever got busted for it is now dead? You know what I mean? Like,
and how is Ghislaine in the celebrity federal prison now? Celebrity federal prison now. She has a puppy.
She got like
Ghislaine has
dog.
A puppy.
She got an emotional dog. Yeah.
Why does a monster get an emotional dog? Why does a monster that did this to these little girls, these young ladies, these young women, these little girls? No, not young ladies, not young. I'm gonna say little girls. Why does she get an emotional dog with all the scarring in the lives that she's ruined? How does she get an emotional dog in prison? Epstein's number one.
Rio.
Epstein's assistant in all of this shit.
Yeah. remember those pictures? Remember those pictures came out? You got to remember, look, he's been in charge of all this shit. So just even getting these little dribbles and drabbles, like, I don't know how we're getting that. But remember that picture where everybody drew for like his birthday and Donald Trump drew that thing? There was a picture of that somebody drew of Epstein, like giving little girls lollipops. And then right next to it, they drew him like on the beach, fucking getting massages, his foot massages, back massages by girls.
Right.
Like those same girls, I guess, or girls. It's like, come on, man. That shit is fucking crazy, man. And shit is, I mean, he's saying that he didn't know him. Then he was like, he was kind of cool with them. Or he kicked them out because he was recruiting girls to work for him. Then he was saying, I kicked him out because he's a pedophile. Then I'm saying, like, come on, man, what's really going on? And even all these Trump guys, if you think about it, look at Nick Fuentes, all these fools are like, man, this fool is just a lying piece of shit. Like even there, Candace Owens is like, this fool's full of shit. Everybody was saying it now.
But I'm not
like,
letting him off the
man,
hook. I'm not letting him off the hook. Oh, we had to see all of this for you guys to finally smell the coffees, to smell the roses. Now y'all understand? Marjorie Green Taylor. Oh, you're changing your whole routine. You're changing your whole energy now that Trump blocked your ass from trying to run for senator in Georgia. Now that he turned his back on you, now Trump is a piece of shit. You didn't know that the whole time?
Did you hear what happened to her?
No.
So the day before yesterday, she posted it up. This dangerous, evil rhetoric, the political, like, blah, 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 is starting to get to me now. Like, I can see how people are attacking the people that Trump, like, goes after. She did that, like, in the afternoon. Like, I'm getting all this backlash now, this real bad hate and hate mail and death threats. And then later on that afternoon, this fool fucking puts on his thing. Marjorie Traitor Green. She traded America. She's the worst of the worst. She's lost her ways. Like, yo, this fool is just... it's crazy. And what's crazy about it, they passed an amendment. They passed what do they call it? Well, they passed some shit where he can do anything he wants. As long as he's under the president, like he's the president, it's complete immunity to anything in the office that he does.
Yeah.
Remember like 3 years ago? Remember like a year after he had left? Remember his bathroom was full of all kinds of documents.
Yeah, all kinds of files.
The bathroom was full of documents.
Mm-hmm.
A whole showers stuffed with files and files and files and files and files of documents.
I think what he was looking for. I think he was looking for these. He was looking for these emails. He was looking for all this shit that's coming out.
Yeah, of course.
Because the other thing is people are worried like there's just like, oh, it's just the PDF stuff. No, it's not just that. It's also rainbow activity that he was doing.
Fraud.
Other stuff. Fraud activity that he was doing. All kind of discussions and like sucking Uranus. And also like who's got you? who has you and who has leverage over you in those emails and those files is also what's in there. The president is compromised. Our president is so foul. It has so many negative things about him, but because he is, they just turn a blind eye to it. He's got all these felonies. He's got all these lawsuits against him for women, for all this shit that he did. The Stormy Daniels, like, we're not going to pay attention to none of this shit. We're not going to stack up all this stuff. If it was any of us, we would be under a jail, man. We would be like, it's incredibly, but the point is, those who stand with him right now, there's no hope for you in the future for me to say anything for you of anything positive, because you have all the evidence. You have everything you need to be like, you know what? I think in our best interest, it's time for this guy to just go into some pasture and just be off on his own. Like, I don't like, they can at least even be like, I don't hate him. But there's just too much stuff going on with him for him to be our president. He's just involved with too many things. Yeah. It's too much of a coincidence that this motherfucker is involved in everything, but he's not dirty for nothing.
It's Rios. If you pull it up, if you can pull it up, there's the video. Everyone's seen it. The video of him, of Epstein walking in with that big tall white dude and that female. Trump, the real famous one. Trump was doing just like a party at his apartment or something, and E Entertainment was there. It's the famous night when everybody's dancing and shit, and he's acting all fucking nerdy and being a creep.
Yeah.
Well, Epstein walks in, and you can see the girl's face and Epstein's face. If you see their face when the cameras light them up, they're like, holy shit. Like, you can see the female look at Epstein like, yo.
They got us.
Like, oh, cameras. Yes. Look at that video, dude. It's like,
I don't know what video you're talking about. I don't know.
If you just
Epstein walks in.
It's a super famous one. And he's like walking in a hallway. It looks like pillars, and it's a hallway. When you see the woman's face, she looks at Epstein, and then Epstein tries to turn around. Like they got burnt, like straight, caught red-handed on camera. And then Trump is a loudmouth motherfucker. He's involved in all this type of shit with these people, and he just can't shut his fucking mouth.
Let me see.
If you see that video, I think they're wearing all white. Some big tall white dude, Epstein and a female, and then Trump and the E cameras. When this lady looks at the cameras, you can tell she's all fuck. And then it's a party. Like, it's a party. There's like girls and models and shit. Epstein walks up wearing some fucking yoga pants and like a polo shirt. You know that fool was there to get, you know what I mean? You don't go to a party wearing fucking sweatpants.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find that and send that to me. I don't know, man. Like, but the thing is, to me, it's more of a, like, how, like, people be saying, like, a mirror is being held up to, like, society right now. Like, this is what you doing in life. Like, this is what we're accepting.
This is what you made.
This is what you made. This is what you, and that's also why Fuentes is taking off, because of what Trump has allowed. Like, what the MAGA party, what they have allowed, has bred the Fuentes, the Groypers, or whatever. Like, that negative energy, that hatred, and just like, oh, it's okay to be ugly, blatantly ugly. I feel like that was bred out of Trump. Like, Trump literally opened the floodgates for hating all this ugly shit.
Rios, I got the video. It took me a second to find it.
Okay.
I just found, like, it took me a second. You got to see his, like, you know what I mean? Like, we grew up around, sometimes you got to have like a poker face. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, shit happens where you got to, like, act cool. Don't, you know what I mean? Like a poker face. This lady in Epstein, you can see he wanted to run. Dude, he wanted to crawl out of his skin. And that's the video right there. What had happened was they were throwing a party, and Trump was getting, like, interviewed for E! Entertainment.
Yeah.
And he must have invited his friends. Trump's wearing a suit, and Epstein's wearing a fucking, like, he looks like he's going to the fucking store. You know what I mean? To buy some little kids. It's crazy. I sent it to your Instagram.
Okay, let me see.
But yeah, man, it's like I said. There's one thing that America will protect more than a white woman is a white man. And this is what we bred. This is what the society bred. I mean, 76% or something like 75% of sexual assaults on children are white males.
Yeah, man.
There's they're like 40% of the population. How are they doing damn near double what everybody else is doing? It's literally that. And then a lot of them are parents, their own fathers to their children. I think it's like 20% is the own father to their own children.
Damn.
It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. I mean, this is exactly what's going on right now. You hear of, like, the grandpa being a creep ass fool, or the dad fucking touching the kids, and then but the daughters and stuff still love him. This is what's happening. Like, everybody knows this was a piece of trash. That's what we're used to.
Right, man. Look, okay, I got the video. I got the video right here. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna holler at you in a second. Thank you, Alex, for calling in. Appreciate you. We watching the video.
So,
that Alex
Sunshine.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Just shout out to Sunshine, man. She's, how hard she hustles, and right now she's not able to. So
we got her GoFundMe pinned at the top of the chat.
And like you said,
her GoFundMe is up there. You know what I mean? She's gonna be good. Yes, we know that. We know she is. She's strong. We know she's gonna be good. But that doesn't mean she doesn't need support. You know what I mean? Let's help and lend all the support we can. Her GoFundMe is up there. I said no super chats today. If you guys are thinking about sending a super chat, send a GoFundMe to Sunshine. It's one of our very original chat members. She's a part of the Ghetto Cafe. She's a part of the family. She's an OG. So before sending a super chat, just send her a GoFundMe. Drop it in her GoFundMe account, and we got to support her through this. But thank you, Alex, man. Appreciate you calling in. We about to watch this shit right now. And this is set up the video. Lead us into the video, and then we're gonna go into the video. What is this?
I just sent it to you.
I know. Lead us into it. What are we about to watch? What is this?
Okay. All right, so this was like, this is one of the famous videos. This is one of the famous videos that like it came out around 2022, and everyone's like, okay, so they knew each other. And E Entertainment they're completely caught off guard. If you look at this woman's face and Epstein, they're completely caught off guard. It's right there in your face. So enjoy.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna look at it right now.
All right, Rioska.
All right. So this footage, the footage that we're about to watch right now, this is, I guess, from E! News. The footage from 1992 shows President Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein at the party at Trump Mar-a-Lago's estate. This is where Epstein did a lot of his dirt, was at Mar-a-Lago. He did a lot of his dirt at Mar-a-Lago, groomed young ladies, little girls, and did a lot of stuff at Trump's Mar-a-Lago. So let's watch this video. They talking about women at the event. NBC News reported Trump has said he knew Epstein but was not a fan, and they have not spoken in 15 years. But let's see what this video reveals. Who is that tall fool? That's your president. They look so uncomfortable. That's Ghislaine back there. She's hiding behind they're all hiding behind Epstein. Look, they all hiding behind the camera. Oh, shit. Look at what's happening in the background. I just caught that. Look at what's happening in the background. Look at how the people are hiding behind Epstein and Trump and ducking behind them. That's Ghislaine. That's the girl who got sent to federal prison. In celebrity federal prison, the monster that she is. She's a monster. And she gets an emotional dog. What? Look, she sees the camera. He sees the camera. They're like, They're like, no. Look at the people hiding behind Trump and Epstein. Look, he got his coat. He about to cover his face with a coat. He back there talking to Ghislaine. Look, she's looking at the camera like, oh shit. Oh, he like, You guys. If this is what they did for entertainment, what do you think they do for business? What do you think they do when money is online? The atrocities that we're talking about right now, the ugly shit that we're talking about is just their entertainment. This ugly PDF graping shit, this is just their entertainment side of their life. This is just a fun side of their life. This ugly monster, predatory, evil, demonic behavior, this is just their entertainment shit. What do you think they do when people are getting in front of their money, are getting in front of positions of power, are threatening their positions of power, and they're leveraging against each other? What do you think the shit they do for business when they playing serious, when it ain't a game, when they playing real money, real life shit? This is just shit that they did for fun. Doing with these little girls, this nasty, evil shit, that was just entertainment. That was just them getting their rocks off. Imagine what these dirty dogs did when they are threatened with money, leverage, power. We're tripping and we're losing our minds over just the ugly shit they did for fun. What's the ugly shit they did for business? Oh, you want to do business with me? Oh, you want this money? This is what you got to do. Oh, this is what you got to do. If this is what they do in their spare time, in their free time, what do you think they do when they're threatened and somebody tells them, oh, I want to see you do this. I want to see this happen and this happen. Oh, in order for this to happen, I need you to be this. I need you to do this. What do you think the nasty, ugly, demonic, evil shit they do for that? For money when millions and billions is on the line. This is just their entertainment. This is just their BT After Dark. This is their HBO Uncensored. Just imagine. This dude is a sniper. I'm not sure who he's a sniper for, but he was in the military. I've seen a lot of this guy's videos. But just think about that, you guys. This is what they are doing for fun. They're sacrificing young girls' lives, traumatizing, ruining young ladies. There's young ladies that they did this to, that Epstein was involved with, that have committed suicide, that have unalived themselves because of the behavior, what they were forced to do, how they were taken advantage of. They unalived themselves because of it. They're no longer here because of what they had to be put through. Prince Andrew's lost everything. They kicked him out of the damn royal family for shit that they did when they were just having fun. This is a sniper, ex-sniper, soldier. I'm not sure what branch, but I've been seeing videos of him. He went to go visit the border wall and all kind of stuff. He's got a lot of interesting takes. I don't know his name. Let me see. Okay, go to it first.
This is the worst email so far that I have read in the Epstein files. And I'm going to read it to you, but I'm warning you, when I first read this email, I legitimately felt sick to my stomach. Like I'm still having a physiological reaction from it. So this is from Tom Barrack to Jeffrey Epstein. And if you don't know who Tom Barrack is, he is a close friend and fundraiser to Donald Trump. He was the senior advisor to Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, and he is currently Trump's ambassador to Turkey. He is in this inner circle. So this is what the email says. And again, I am warning you, it is I just can't believe this is happening, to be honest. Epstein, hope you are well. Photos look good. FYI, I receive many calls a week about both Donald, redacted, Marla, beauty contests, Mar-a-Lago, etc., and Clinton from reporters. Less so recently with Clinton, but my answers are always, I have nothing to say, or I try to ignore it altogether. A few times I have been ambushed on the street with questions, but I'm more careful now. So from this, we can deduce that Barrack just sent Epstein some photos, and Barrack is fully aware of what Epstein.
Disgusting. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting behavior by these billionaires. They don't have to do this. They're not forced to do this. This is what they're just doing for entertainment. Just to get their rocks off. Sacrificing and hurting these little girls just for entertainment.
Doing. Barrack responds with, hope you're good. Let's catch up. And Epstein finally says,
listen,
send photos of you and child. Make me smile. The world is ran by people sending Jeffrey Epstein photos of their children. This is the worst email so far.
Do y'all hear what just took place? What was in that email? Send me a pic. This is Epstein to Barrack. Send me a picture of you and child. Make me smile. Sacrifice and compromise your child to make me smile. That's what he said. To make him smile, do this to your child. Send picture with you and child to make me smile. The world is run by monsters. And stop thinking it's just this and that. No, it's individuals are good and individuals are bad. It ain't no party. It ain't no this and that. These individuals are disgusting, dastardly, disgusting, vile creatures. And they're not just doing some of this shit just to do this shit, you guys. They're not just doing this shit just haphazardly. Some of them are doing it for energy, for satanic, demonic, cult type shit. There's for favor to get into this position. Oh, sacrifice this child to get here. All that Illuminati shit and all that stuff. That's all like smoke and mirrors to just position people in positions of power and what they're willing to do to get that power. They're willing to sacrifice everything. Epstein was a spy. I'm almost 100% sure he was a Mossad spy, and he was collecting information and putting people in compromised situations and positions. Maybe they knew, maybe they didn't. But he has footage and he's collected documentation on these people doing things that they don't want people to know about. Send picture of you and child. Make me smile. That is disgusting behavior. And then that guy, Epstein, ends up just hanging himself in the cell. No footage, no guards reporting any suspicious activity, nothing. And then his accomplice, his number one accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump just sends her to the nicest federal prison in the world. Trump just sends her to the nicest prison in the world. Why are you being so nice to Ghislaine? Trumpster. Why are you treating her so nice? She's a monster. Why does she have an emotional dog? All the emotional damage that she's caused to all these little girls' family. What do you mean she gets an emotional dog? No, she needs to deal with all this ugly shit that she's done and that she's created in other people's lives. She needs to sit in that shit and have a horrible rest of her life. Emotional dog for what? For your behaviors? This is the shit that they didn't want to come out. This is the shit that they didn't, because what's really going to happen, because if he really wanted to do what he said, like, oh, I'm going to drain the swamp, he would have let all this out. And people are like, oh, why the Democrats didn't let it out when Biden was president? Well, shit was still under investigation. Case was still open. Why were the Republicans trying to make a vote to where they could vote anonymously on whether or not to release the Epstein files? So if they did vote no on the release, their constituents wouldn't know who did it. But they wanted to blame the Democrats, saying, oh, the Dems are trying to block the Epstein files from being released. No, we're trying to block you from hiding your evil intentions and you trying to satisfy your corporate donors and all this stuff. You want to vote anonymously no. So nobody knows the dirty shit that you're doing. No. Keep this shit transparent, so everybody knows who voted for everything. I don't think there should ever be an anonymous vote. No, we want to know exactly everything that you're voting for, voting against. What do you mean you want it to be anonymous? Dirty ass dogs. They just let that young lady from Arizona become a senator, Congress, whatever. They just swore her in. Just last Monday, they held her out for 2 months because she had the final vote to release the Epstein files. They trying to say, oh, the Democrats don't want to do it. It's like they'll lie to us just like you're just like a baby. They'll lie to you like you a baby, like you just a stupid ass kid, and just run the game right in your face. Like, nah, we see what's going on. Like, we see some of this shit. What are you talking about? Epstein was text messaging a sitting Democrat what to ask who was on trial. Somebody was on trial and Epstein was texting her, hey, ask him about Rona, his assistant or whatever. A Democrat sitting, asking questions on the board, asking questions, getting text messages from Epstein in a live. It's both sides. It's both sides. But what's not being revealed is who was Epstein working for. Who's Epstein working for, y'all? Why was he collecting this shit? Why was he doing all this shit? This is what other countries are saying about us.
De pedófilos quiere acabar la democracia en Colombia. Duro, sí, pero ahí está la realidad. Y para que no salga la lista, entonces nos envían acorazados a matar pescadores de esta ciudad y amenazar al vecino que si dictador o no, ¿cómo que el pueblo de Colombia va a aplaudir que invadan a su hermano, que no es el presidente, sino el pueblo de Venezuela? ¿Cuándo? Seríamos así de traidores y de vendidos, de que nuestra propia sangre la traicionamos, o el pueblo del Ecuador, o el pueblo de Panamá, o el pueblo de Venezuela no es nuestro propio pueblo. Entonces quieren que el presidente haga lo que quería hacer Duque, cobarde, prestar las tierras de Colombia para que desde ahí se invadiera a un país hermano que tiene la misma historia que nosotros, porque allá nació Bolívar y vino a morir aquí, en esta ciudad. No se puede. Presidente de Colombia que haga eso, presidente maldito por las generaciones futuras, porque nunca será olvidado como un traidor. Y yo no pertenezco a los que querían matar a Bolívar. El gobierno de Venezuela ha hecho muchas críticas, pero no me burlo del pueblo de Venezuela, ni construyo una trampa para que caiga el pueblo de Venezuela en la trampa de una invasión que solo va a...
He ain't saying nothing but what we all already know. This is South America. He's talking about his brother countries, his neighbor countries, and how they're trying to buy out so they can invade other countries and have this fake war to hide a clan of PDFs that want to destroy our democracy. This dude ain't doing nothing but spitting facts, and they've done it time and time and time again, all over the world.
Por su petróleo. Que se quiere es codicia y violencia más para hacer de estas.
I'm gonna read the subtitles. To keep Epstein's list from coming out, they send warships to kill fishermen and threaten our neighbor with invasion for their oil. This is what we've been saying. It ain't about drugs. This is what we've been saying the whole time in at the Ghetto Cafe, at the AM Wake Up Show. We've been saying this. They're just killing fishermen so that they can start a war. Why do you have a fleet of ships? Why do you have a fleet of ships outside of Venezuela? Is it just a coincidence that they sit on a stockpile of oil that we charge people and condemn them if they work with Venezuela, if they help them with their oil, if they buy oil, we put tariffs on them. We make it very hard for Venezuela to exist while they're sitting. Imagine sitting on the biggest deposit of gold, and then one country is like, well, if you buy gold from them, you can't deal with us. We'll never deal with you. We'll put tariffs on you, and you're going to be horrible because if you buy gold from them. You got all this gold, but somebody over here is blackballing anybody that wants to buy gold from you. Blowing up boats. You trying to provoke. All they're doing right now is like your little brother, your little sister poke you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. And they just poking right at your face. I'm not touching you. Don't touch me. I'm not touching you. They want to provoke a response that they can just annihilate. Just go and do what they want to do. Go in there, set up a coup. A coup's not working no more. They try to set up a coup. That's why he bought Argentina with $40 billion. They want to turn the region into another Libya full of slaves. Gaddafi, Libya. They want to own these other countries. I told you guys about technocracy. I told you Elon's grandfather wanted from Iceland or Greenland all the way down to Venezuela to be America, United States of America, technocracy. Remember, we went over that. Epstein lists his friends, those who don't want Epstein's list. This is what he says. This is what he's saying right here. Epstein's list, his friends, those who don't want the list to be published in the U.S., they want to use us here with violence so they so that the US don't think about their own government. They want to create a war over here and want to use us. They want to murder and do all kinds of shit to us and just treat us horribly so that they forget about this list and what's going on over here. They want you to forget about all this creepy shit that they're doing. All of them. Not all of them. Major players. But instead, get consumed with xenophobia, racism, the ideal of racial superiority, and other false beliefs. And they use us to avoid addressing their own problems. You're making us a scapegoat. You're provoking a war here so your people don't do what they're doing in Mexico. So wait, James opening today. They did Gaddafi bad. Wait, is he winning? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Is he? Okay. The Colombian president is saying it. Like, oh, drugs and this and that. Okay, whatever. You gonna start a war with the whole country because of dude, this shit is so foul. Let me see. Alex said he sent something else. My bad. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, this is the video. I know about this video. Venezuela. This is, I think, if this is the video that Trump is speaking about, this is a video where Trump is saying, like, when I was president, we were just about to take over Venezuela. Now, look, they're doing better, but we could have had all of that. This is what he's saying blatantly, you guys. When I was here, we almost had Venezuela. Now look at what he's doing now that he's back in office.
Venezuela. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela? When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Venezuela. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela? When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela. So
I'm going to let that play one more time for the people in the back.
Venezuela. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela? When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela. So we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe it?
We're making a dictator very rich, which they just want to select the dictators that they make rich. So they were on the verge of collapse. We would have went in there and took over and had all that oil. So now just mysteriously there's a drug war with Venezuela. And we're blowing up fishing boats. We're not blowing up tactical vehicles, tactical boats. We're not blowing up military vessels. We're blowing up fishermen boats where we don't even know the people's name on the boats. But just not long ago, you was talking about, damn, they was on the verge of collapse. We almost had all day damn oil. We almost had all day oil. Look at us now. Now we're buying oil from them. But guess what? China is over there now. China is helping. China is buying soy. China's not buying soy from us no more. That's the whole thing with the farmers and shit. Like, they act like, oh, they're so worried about the mom and pop farmers of America. They're not worried about the mom and pops. They worried about the top 10% farmers, the corporate farmers, these corporate farmers. They're not worried about the mom and pops. The top 10% get 75% of the bailout. When we bail out the farms, they bail out the corporations. The top 10% gets 75% or some shit of the bailout. So what does that do? The 90% other farmers, they only get 25%. The 90% split up that 25%. The top 10, y'all get 75%. Now China is going through Venezuela. China is doing this and that. They are setting up shop We are so, we're not weak. I don't want to say we're weak. We're run by a weak president. We're run by somebody who has these tariffs. And now he's talking about, I'm going to help lower the taxes. I'm going to show y'all how to lower. Why what? Nigga, getting rid of the tariffs that you caused? You lied to the people, the dumb ones, people who are very dumb, like not dumb in a bad way. I don't want to say dumb in a bad way like that. They're ignorant people that didn't know what tariffs were. Nigga, you pay the tariffs. You pay the tariffs. We pay the tariffs. We pay the extra cost of whatever it is that we're importing. And I fear this medical insurance shit. I fear what's about to happen. This dude promised that he's still complaining about Obamacare, but hasn't offered an option. He's had 9 years to come up with a different option than the ACA, Obamacare. He's had 9 years. You was running on that shit 9 years ago about what you was going to do and how you going to get rid of this. Even Marjorie Greene Taylor said the Republicans don't even have an option outside of extending Obamacare. You mean to tell me in 9 years you haven't discovered how to do this? Because they don't give a fuck about your insurance and this and that. They don't care. Yeah, they got to pay this much money, this and that. They don't care. He's had all this time to come up with another option. Eddie Too Cool. Explain to me what a tariff is. What you think a tariff is? We pay more money for the product. Fool. It costs people more, the other countries, foreign countries, it costs them to lose people support and purchasing because we don't want to pay exuberant prices for some shit that costs $5. They put 100% tax on it. Nigga, now it's $10. Why am I pay $10 for a product? It happened during a live stream on Friday. Izzy with this. Somebody please help me with this. I don't know what Izzy is talking about. I don't know what Izzy's talking about. Hey, we don't pay tariffs. Are you Let me just go ahead. A tariff is a tax that government imposed on imported goods and service to protect domestic industries, generate revenue, or influence foreign policy. That's all he's trying to do is influence foreign policy, right? If you don't operate with me, if you don't do what I want you to do, I'm gonna put a tariff on you. Influence foreign policy. Tariffs increase the price of imported goods, making domestic goods more competitive. Through this can also lead to higher prices for consumers. Higher prices for who? Consumers. Who is the consumer, Eddie? Who's the consumer? What was the reason? What is the reason? Who's the consumer, Eddie? Eddie's the ignorant that I was talking about. Like, I'm not mad at Eddie. I'm not calling him dumb, but he's ignorant to what tariffs are. This is how Trump fooled everybody. Oh, I'm going to put tariffs on them. Everybody thought when they said tariffs, it was going to make the foreign countries have to pay more money. No, nigga, you just got to pay more money for the product. Tesla's not even the best electric car. There's an electric car right now that's killing Tesla. But we put so much tariffs on China or wherever the car is made that it makes the car more expensive. The car is $30,000. It's a way better electric car than Tesla. But we put so much tariffs on it, it doesn't even make sense to buy the car because it makes it so much more expensive than a Tesla. But everywhere else around the world, they get to have this car. But us, we can't. Okay, let me see what Izzy's talking about. BVD, is it BVD in China? Let me see. Let me see. Izzy, I saw that video. I don't know if that video is real about the dude trying to drill into that foreign object that thinks it's like UFO. I don't know if that's real, man. I don't know. I'll go to the video just because you've been bringing it up. What's the price of milk over here? Visionary Star, let me see. Milk in California. Los Angeles, a gallon of milk is $4.60. Organic milk costs $6 in California. Damn. Shit is crazy, man. We got the fourth biggest economy in the world. But it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all divisive shit. It's all to keep us blind. Let's go to this. This is some other foul ass shit. I gotta take.
The big concern at the moment, and why I think South Africa is a big talking point in the US right now, is America in the next 20 years will become, for the first time in its history, a minority white country.
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? You want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country.
Yes.
So there's Latinas, there's blacks, there's people from all different races make up the majority, and then, you know, it could be 48% white people. Do you really think the US is doomed if it goes under?
Yes, it goes under then.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. You see, if you take South Africa, we have a small white population that projects European culture, or what we learned from Europe.
And oppressed millions of black people.
No.
For decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work, we fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a...
Do you hear this? This is Elon's dad. This is his father.
A massive group. That's not oppression, that's feeding them.
The big concern at the moment, and why I think South Africa is a big talking point in the US right now, is America in the next 20 years will become, for the first time in its history, a minority white country.
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? You want to go back to the jungle, or?
You want to go back to the jungle? You want to go back to the jungle? He's calling us fucking animals. He's calling us animals. He doesn't even see, they don't even see the good, the greatness in us. He doesn't even see these people, not just him. It's not just him. It's those elite people. It's a elite, these motherfuckers that's running shit, the people that are behind the scenes. They don't even think we have value as humans. Like, they think that we're just animals, black and brown. Brown people, minorities across the world. They think we have nothing to offer society. When they got their foot on our throats, hand on our throats, choking us out, and saying, why are they fighting back? Because we're gasping for fucking air. Am I not supposed to fight back for air? I need oxygen. You are choking out the oxygen of my body. I'm fighting back because of that. Look at these people fighting back. No, look at your boot on their throat, nigga. I'm not mad about them gasping and fighting to get some oxygen or some air. I'm mad about your boot on their throat. Maybe they wouldn't be fighting back if you took your fucking boot off their throat. This shit is incredibly crazy, man. Like, this shit's incredibly crazy. Back to the jungle you go. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. So the first time in history in 20 years. So what does that tell you guys? What does that tell you about all this ICE shit? What does that tell you about all this ICE shit and all that stuff they're trying to remove people by force and being ugly and acting ugly? What does that tell you? If it is projected and the trajectory of this country is to be minority based in 20 years, if it keeps going the way it's going, does that not tell you that's some of the influence of why they're trying to get rid of brown people in America? By force, the ones that are already here. Not that you're going to spend some money on the borders and you're going to redesign and change the immigration policies and the border policy. Not that you're going to spend money on that. No, you're going to give $50,000 bonuses to all the employees that are getting rid of them that are here. Because I think what they see, for every male brown or every black man that they see, they probably see 3 babies. Every white man that they see, they probably see 1 baby, maybe. So they might be looking at us not even like humans. They may just be looking at us like producers. Like every person, every one of them that we get rid of 5 babies. Okay, we got rid of them from producing 5 children. Woo! Now, if we could get rid of 100,000 of them, that's 500,000 babies. That was going to create 500,000 other babies. Because they're looking at it at the long game, you guys. We be looking at it like the present time, what's happening now. They looking at 1 equals 5 equals 10 equals 20 on a grand scale. They want this country to remain what it looked like when they fucking ran from the United Kingdom. White wigs, writing the Constitution, writing all this shit, the Bill of Rights and shit with them in mind, not us in mind. They want it to remain where they are living a jolly good life. It doesn't matter if you're struggling, nigga, we good. We good over here. This color, this lack of color is doing great. You guys are struggling, that's your fault. Oh, this is your country? They're not no more. Well, that shit is changing. Things are changing. And we think that they are doing this immigration shit because, oh, they're drug dealers, they're this, they're that, they're that. No, they're brown. That's it. That's it. That's it. Reversing DACA? Sending people to Africa, like some places in Africa, giving these other countries deals, sending Nicaragua money to house people that ain't never been to Nicaragua, ain't never been to Africa. Why am I? They also trying to use fear to stop people from coming here also. Yeah. And there's people, it's going to be the naysayers. It's going to be the people like, nah, that's not what's going on, man. That's not what's happening. You know, this is the situation and this and that. Just look at, just add up the days. Just add up the days. Let the numbers follow the money. I'm not even going to get, we're not going to go into Erica Kirk. I promise you that. I promise, because I do not want to go into that. And her dad, and we're not going to go into that. But if people don't wake up and see that it's about us and we need to come together and we need to figure out some kind of organization, we need to become organized. Yes, being outraged and being mad is one thing, and being against and this and that, but we got to organize. That's the one thing that we're not doing, I think, is that that's the one thing that we lack is organization.
Unknown caller.
What's up, big dog?
It's cracking, man.
What's going on?
Start blocking. Nah, man. I'm gonna turn up or no?
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Let me, I got to turn the Bluetooth off and turn it back on.
No.
Let me see something real quick. Let's see, turn it off. Turn it back on. That had your voice sounding like Debo. Hold on. Hello? Hello?
Rios,
there we go. What's up, SA?
What's up with these fools in the chatter, like caping for? Look, the one thing you got to ask somebody is like, look, was January 6th insurrection? It was clearly. It was live on TV, an insurrection going down. Like, these dudes will do anything to have this dude's back that don't care anything about him. If you think about it, going back in history, rednecks hated Yankees, hated any type of like sleazy businessman, Wall Street guy. Dude, man, I got goosebumps with what you were saying right now. You know what I mean? Like that you broke it down even more than I could break it down. Yeah, they're scared. They're threatened. They're threatened of what this country's becoming. And if you look through the decades, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, we've been getting more immigrants every decade. And if you look at it by numbers, the crime has been going down. Look it up right now, Rios. Look up the I think the percentage of crime being done, I think it's like 4% by illegal, like nothing. It's nothing. Same thing with like the trans, like murderers, killers. Trans population is like 0.04 of the whole fucking America. You know what I mean? Like they use these scapegoats to scare people. It's man, you can look all these numbers up. You just did it earlier. You can look all these numbers up. They're there clearly. I've given people facts from the FBI website that tracks all these crimes, and I tell them, look at the numbers. They don't, and they still don't get it. Where'd you get that from? I got it from the FBI database.
No, wait though, Alex. This is the cherry on top. The reports that look bad for them, they're getting rid of them.
Oh yeah.
They're erasing the reports that make them look bad. They're erasing the reports. They're getting rid of them. They're deleting studies that show terrorist activity coming from a certain place, they're getting rid of those studies. They're getting rid of them, deleting them. So, yeah,
well,
man.
They've been doing that with Black history.
Yeah. But look, we're going to have people, there's going to be people, there are going to be people in the chat that are going to disagree. You know, you got to let them disagree, have their opinion. It's okay. But I'm not blaming people either, because some people are, and when I say ignorant, I'm not calling people stupid. I'm saying like they may not know something about a certain subject. That's ignorant. Like you just are ignorant to the fact that a lot of people are ignorant.
In this time, look, in this time and age, you can't say you're ignorant. It's right in front of you. It's right on your phone.
But
if
wait,
you're sitting there,
no,
enough energy to talk shit.
But look at this.
Go get educated.
But the thing is, but you saying that is understating and being dismissive and minimizing the attack of the enemy, the opposition, and the algorithms and how they know how to attack certain people and flood their timelines with shit that will brainwash them. These are companies and corporations that are very skilled at brainwashing and how to manipulate sheep. It's a fact.
Foreign countries have farms, have like bot farms just to get people fighting over here in America. When I go on Facebook, it's disgusting. It'll be like Patriots for Trump, and it'll be like a picture of like an immigrant being like, man, come on, like that, those are all fake bots. Like those. How
do you know when? Like, what's the red flag of letting you know that it's a bot? Because I hear people say it a lot. Like, oh, it's so many bots. It's so many bots. How do you know? When it's a bot? How do you know that? Or is there like a giveaway? Is there a dead giveaway?
Yeah, it's like it looks like it's like AI. Like it looks like an advertisement page. Like it looks like, you know, when you come across something that, you know what I mean, like a detail company that just placed like a sponsorship, and you're like, oh, okay, it looks super generic. It's super fake, and it's all to stir shit up. It's all like memes. It's always memes and like fake stuff. It'll always be like a generated picture of like a vet like sitting down like, I want money too, but they're giving it to all illegals. You know what I mean? It's like all that type of shit. Like it's literally just stirring the pot, dude. It's just instigating, and it just gets people.
It's the pages like, that's just throwing fuel to the fire. They're just putting fuel on the fire. Yep. Like, get this shit raging. Get this shit. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's.
And then, well, you know what? Man. That was the whole thing about Trump's first presidency. The election was there was a bunch of Russian influence in social media.
Yes,
there was a bunch. Okay, yeah, there was a bunch of Russian influence in social media and how much money they spent in social media. But that's also why Netanyahu is paying media influencers. Is paying social influencers to be friendly, you know what I mean? Yeah.
He said it. He's like, look, people, in this time, we need to, we need to get in social media. Like, he's like, we need to take this shit over. He's not even hiding what they're trying to do. He's like, hey, right now, we need the tool of social media to push our agenda. Like, he's not even lying about it. He's all, and guess what just got bought right now? Facebook, yes. Meta, yes. You know, there's like only 4 like companies that own all the social media that we listen to, that we watch and pay attention. Like, it's crazy.
But look at this, and then I'll say this, and before we go, I'll say this: the guy who just said, "Let's go back to you want to go back to the jungle," like he has so much disbelief and so much. There's no value to us that he thinks that if our numbers are up, we'll go back to the jungles, right? His son owns X. His son owns one of the most influential media platforms. His son, the father of
his son was brought on to this administration without being voted on. He just got brought on. He didn't even have a title. He got rid of tens of thousands of jobs, and left and said, he's on the Epstein list.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want it to come out. He said, hey, by the way, Trump is on the Epstein list. And then everybody was like, oh, so what? Look, there was a Fox lady was like, 17. He doesn't like 8-year-olds. He might like them 17 or 14.
Oh, Megyn Kelly. Let's talk about that. I'm going to go to that. I'm going to go to that, actually. I'm going to pull that up. Megyn Kelly defends. That's the sick shit. But look, this is how far it's gone where people are so desensitized. She was like, well, he wasn't a PDF because it wasn't babies. It was like, girls that look older that are younger. No, motherfucker, that's PDF. That is, if she is under 18 and she is a little girl, that's PDF. Well, he was interested in young girls that looked older. That's not really disgusting. What are you saying on a broadcast to millions of people?
Yeah.
You're trying to desensitize. You're trying to lower the bar and the standard. Well,
Yeah. She said it's not like they're 8. Okay, guys, like it's not like they're 8 or 6 years old. They're like, he's more like a 14 or 15-year-old kind of guy.
Here we go. I'm about to pull it up. Okay, Alex. I'm call back in if you got to, right, but I'm about to pull this up. Yeah. Let me see if this comes up. Hold on, you guys. No, I want to pull it up on like. No. Here, we'll do it. Hold on, you guys. I'm pulling up something about this lady, Megyn Kelly, and what she said about the Epstein files. Not about the Epstein files, about Jeffrey Epstein. I've known him for a long time, and I have a very well.
Supporters grappling with the Epstein emails in a variety of different ways. You have the podcast host Megyn Kelly, who says that she's not excusing Epstein's behavior, but explained why she thought he wasn't a pedophile. Listen to this.
This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just whatever. It's sick. Every time we start talking about Epstein, it makes your skin crawl. Right? The whole thing is just disgusting.
Totally. No, it's not.
Without a difference.
No, it's not.
It's like I was under. We into the barely legal type. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this. But
are you sure it's just this person's
view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just whatever. It's sick. Every time we start talking about Epstein, it makes your skin crawl. Right? The whole thing is just disgusting.
Totally.
No, it was this.
What in the hell? You got to be under 10 to be preyed upon by a grown man? No, that's not the definition at all.
You know, at
what?
Best, it was just a completely stupid, ignorant thing to say from somebody who knows nothing about any of it, like doesn't understand, having worked with survivors, how they groom people, how they go after people. But it also, at worst, sounded like
she's making a distinction, a difference. Let me see. She's making a difference between. She's making a difference between 5-year-olds and a 15. You're not a PDF if you are with a 15-year-old. That's not disgusting. A 15-year-old is not disgusting. What? What do you mean that's not disgusting? Oh, it's only if it's a 5-year-old. Like, it's not like he's 8 years old. It's not like he's this and that. What? What is she talking about? What kind of shit are we dealing with? This shit is atrocious, man. And this is somebody who has major play.
I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And
that's a PDF. That is a PDF. That is a sick person.
I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts.
Yes, you are. You're making a difference.
That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look.
What is a teen type? What is a teen type, bitch? Oh, man, sorry.
Legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material on his computer that for the first time I thought, oh, no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Megyn Kelly. That shit is crazy. That is crazy. So are you saying there should be a different kind of law or a different kind of rule for somebody who is, it should be a difference between somebody, a grown man who's with a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old? It's the same thing. Under 18, it's illegal. It is disgusting. You are a monster. From all the way to 18, you're a monster. In my eyes. All the way to 18. It's illegal, you're a monster. This is on a broadcast to the world. This is a pundit, a host of a show speaking to the world saying, I didn't really think he was dirty until I saw that he had child porn. Until he had child porn, then I was like, yeah, he's sick. Because my friend told me he only liked girls that were teenagers. So I didn't think he was sick when he only liked teenagers. I now believe he is disgusting because he had child porn. But he was okay when he had 15-year-olds. And this is why I'm saying the thinking of these people is off. The thinking of the Trumps is that it's all like they can do what they want. I can walk up and grab them by the cuckoo. No, that's not that bad. She's 15. It's not like she was 5. How many 15-year-olds did they turn the blind eye to? Well, you know what this reminds me of? Is how they blame victims in the hood or where we come from. Oh, she was fast anyway. She was fast. Oh, something bad happened to her. Well, she was fast. She shouldn't have been acting like that. She shouldn't have worn that. How many blind eyes did you turn to teenagers? That's what I'm saying. They turned the blind eye to teenagers. Trump had Epstein at the Miss Teen America pageants. One of the victims of Epstein's was in the pageant. Was in a Donald Trump pageant. Is this the teens that look older? Teen models, powerful men, and private dinners when Trump hosted Look of the Year. This dude right here, that's Epstein's guy. On September 1991, a large private yacht cruised towards the Statue of Liberty. It was clear, breezy evening, and from the upper deck of the Spirit of the New York, a golden sunset could be seen glinting off Manhattan skyline downstairs. A party was in flow. Scores of teenage girls in evening dresses and miniskirts, some as young as 14, danced under disco lights. It could have been a high school prom, were it not for the crowd of older men surrounding them. Some of the men old enough to be their fathers or grandfathers joined them on the dance floor. Where are these girls' parents? Do they even know about this shit? Then 45-year-old Trump had 58 aspiring young models that September. They had traveled from around the world to compete in Elite's Look of the Year competition, an annual event that had been running since 1983. Life-changing proposition, men of power that have the power to change your life. Cindy Crawford won. These old men that are on the dance floor with these young girls that are from around the world, probably poor countries also. The influence of power to these young girls, they're using their power as influence and leverage on these young girls. Like, shit, you get with me, I can help you change your life, change your family's life. I could change your family's life if you just do this. If this is something that you do, if you're cool with this, I can put in a word, help you win this. Look at what happened with Cindy Crawford. She won, look at her career. When you use, that's the dangers of power, predatory power, right? Like, I'm in a position where I could change your life. If you let me put you in these compromising, unethical, low moral situations. Some parents let them go because they just as hungry for fame and money also. It's these positions of power. On a yacht, 54 girls with the promise of fame. With the smell of desperation in the air, the hint of desperation in the air. Were they drinking? Were they being DRG'd? Were the things being dropped in drinks? They're dancing, then the old men come and start dancing with them? This is the president. You can't tell me shit about a compromised character. Compromise. Who are these old dudes? Why are they here? Who are these old ass dudes? How much did they pay to be on that yacht? How much money did these donors, these lobbyists, how much money did these old ass men pay to be on these boats and on these yachts with these little ass girls? I don't care what you say, they little ass girls. With the leverage of power and influence and the look of desperation on these girls' hands. These were like little babies in the candy shop being taken advantage of. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. My daughter ain't going on no yacht with no grown men. A part of some pageant, a part of a promise of success. That's why those girls are there. Maybe not even never been on a boat before. Like, oh shoot, I could fly and get on a boat. Yeah, come on, 14-year-old. That's what they was doing to these little girls. Who were the men? Lavish hotel rooms, lavish lifestyle for these little girls. What do these little girls need to lavish anything for? Where are their parents? Listen to this. Listen to this story. In 1992, Trump hosted the competition again on a similarly golden evening in early September that year. Another group of contestants boarded the Spirit of New York, chartered for another elite cruise. One of the girls on the boat was Shauna Lee, 14 years old, from a small town outside of Toronto. She recalls how the contestants were encouraged to parade downstairs one by one and dance for Trump, Casablancas, and others. Lee was an introverted teenager who loved to draw but hated school, was in New York for the first time. A woman at the agency was pushing me, she recalls. I said to her, I don't see why me going down the stairs and dancing in front of those two has anything to do with me becoming a model. And she said, no, you look great. Take off your blazer and go and do it. So I walked downstairs. I didn't dance. I blew a kiss at them, spun around, and walked away. Look at the men on top of the yacht. Look at the men at the boat. Look at these people. Look at these guys. These are all teenagers. Somewhere in there is a 14-year-old. Somewhere in there, there's a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old. But Megyn Kelly thinks that that's fine. Megyn Kelly thinks that this is fine. Well, he wasn't a bad one. It wasn't like he was with 8-year-olds or 5-year-olds. They just said he liked these 15-year-olds. This is probably the biggest, extravagant, most amazing thing they've taken part in. Like, look, we're getting on the yacht. Look at all these men with money. Look, what are you willing to do? Shit. Taking advantage of their ignorance, their lack, taking advantage of their lack. Taking advantage of their lack. And that's what these PDFs is worried about. These PDFs don't want grown women. They don't want women that have experienced real men with real toolage, real men with real physical attributes. These PDFs, I'm pretty sure they got that micro, small energy situation. They trying to go after these girls before they get with real men. Like they want to be their first experience. They want to be the child's first experience so they don't have to be compared to real men. So they don't have to have an experience with a woman that has seen the real shit. They want to deal with little girls that haven't dealt with the real shit. You want them to be your first experience, Mr. Micro, small energy guy. Because you can't compete with real men. You're not going to let these little girls live a regular natural life and natural selection of letting them have a boyfriend and letting them go through life and figuring out life in their own innocent way and experiencing life how they're supposed to experience it. You want to jump in front of the line so you don't have to be in competition when they become of age. You don't want to have to be in competition with real men and being compared to real men. I guarantee you, y'all, this is that micro, small energy men. That micro, small energy men are seeking out these little girls because they can't meet up to the standard of grown women. So let me go after somebody who has no idea what's going on in life. This shit is super sad. It's super sad. These poor, like, I don't care how they're dressed. I don't give a fuck how they're dressed. Let me tell you about me and my brothers. We don't give a damn how they're dressed, what they look like. You can't even be around us doing no shit like this. Oh, no, you a mark, homie. You about to leave here bloodied and bruised. Because guess what? We all got nieces. We all got cousins. We all got daughters. And I see my children, my nieces, my little cousins in these young ladies. They can be any one of these. Luckily, and thank God, they have us in their life. But they could easily be one of these victims of billionaires. It's a sad situation, man. Just sacrifice these little girls for nothing. And that goes back to what I'm saying, man. They sacrificing the lives of these young girls just for entertainment, just to get ahead in life, just to get excitement, just for entertainment, just for fun. Imagine what these monsters are doing when it comes to political power, to leverage, powering leverage for companies, for stock market, for insider information. Imagine what they're doing. You got Epstein telling the dude, send me a picture of you and child to make me smile. They going and grabbing the most hungry little young girls in the world that's hungry for fame and will, you know what, let's put them in compromising positions because they'll do anything to be famous. We'll just be the recipients of what they're willing to do. They wanted to do it. That's the demon. That's the monsters that they are. We didn't force them to do anything. Yeah, you did. You put them in a compromising situation. It's entrapment. You trapped them with promises of a great future, a promise of success. And then the Megyn Kelly thing is, what the dangers of Megyn Kelly getting on that platform and saying the shit that she's saying is that there's people that are going to watch that and like, you know what? She is right. It is a difference. There is a difference. She understands us. She's right. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5 when it comes to PDFs and pedophiles. There's a big difference. No, there's not. You're a monster. And Megyn Kelly is saying that I didn't think he was a monster when he was just with young teenagers, with teenagers that looked younger than their age. I didn't think he was a monster. I didn't think he was a monster till we heard about the files of the child porn that he had. Then I knew he was a monster. But he wasn't a monster when he was with little girls, little teenagers. That's not bad for you. So what else are you accepting? What else are you turning a blind eye to and accepting from these monsters? It's the white women letting they white men be white men. You're a part of it. Your acceptance is a part of it. You're allowing for this behavior. Behind it, mostly every one of these PDF billionaires, guess what? There's a wife that's complicit. You know, he does what he does. He has his likes and his kinks. Anything for a little bit of success, man. Anything for a little bit of recognition, some validation. They're going to justify their bad behaviors for we changed their lives. We changed their lives. We changed their whole outcome in life. They're happy with what they were given. But be careful out there, y'all. Pay attention to all this shit. Pay attention to what they trying to sell us. Because everything is a sale. They're selling us on ideas. It's not for money. They're selling for attention. They're selling us things to pay attention to. They're selling influence. They're selling influence. They're paying for influence so that they can say little slick shit like Megyn Kelly. They have these networks and these places so that they can do shit like that. So that they can throw shit under the table and say slick shit like, oh, there's a difference between 5 and 15-year-olds. Pay attention to these disgusting ass people. Disgusting behavior. We get them to pay attention to this. We get them to do this. We get the algorithm. We get to feed them this energy. Look at what we got. Look at what we get. We get this adrenochrome, and this and that. Get these kids scared and this and that. This is just what they're finding out in the Epstein files is just icing on the cake. That ain't the ingredients in the cake. That ain't the making of the cake. Think about what they're doing to reserve their youth, to aging. They want to stay young. They want to live forever. Imagine what the research and the shit they're doing to maintain looks, to add years to their life. This is what they're just doing for fun. Think about what they're doing to add years on their life when they have beliefs and reading books and mysticism and all this shit. Oh shit, this is what the cults, this is what they were saying. This is what the alchemists of this time and the mysticisms of this time. This is what they was doing. This is the sacrifices that they were doing for these promises. Promises of youth, promises of living forever, fountain of youth, living forever. Oh, riches beyond your wildest dreams. Think about what they're doing for that shit. Yep. Eat healthy, y'all. Eat healthy. Pay attention. Don't be the sheep. That's right. Eat healthy, be healthy. That's the key right now. Eat healthy and be healthy. What you consume, what you read, what you look at, what you listen to. Let's all be healthier, man. Let's all go into this week consuming better things. Being aware of what these monsters are doing. Be aware of what they're doing, but be more aware of what you're doing. Pay more attention to what it is that you're putting out into the world, the energy that you're putting out into the world, the love, the positivity, and helping and blessing other people. Because there is opposition, man. That's what that scary movie Hereditary, that was the biggest takeaway I have from Hereditary, is that as hard as you praying to your God, somebody's praying even harder to their demon or their devil or whatever. They not doing it just to look good. They not doing it to be dressed up in church. They doing it for real results. They not doing it to strut their stuff in church and look good in church. That you don't just play demon worshiping for fun. They want real results. They putting in real work, organizing, strategizing. That's what Hereditary told me. That was the biggest takeaway. Like just as hard as you going, it's opposition going just as hard. Just as hard. No, even harder. Reading, studying. Oh, this one does this for me. Oh, if I do this, this does this for me. Woo-wee. Blessings to all y'all out there, man. Y'all go have a beautiful day. We are back. We were gone for about 5 days. But we're back. We're back to the regular scheduled program, the AM Wake Up Show at Rios, Coffee with Rios. We are back at it, back into the swing of things. It's all love all the time, man. Y'all go out there, be a blessing for somebody else out there in the world. Y'all go out there, be productively positive, purposely productive. Go be a blessing for somebody else out there. Go look for somebody out there in need of help. Anybody in need of ear to listen to them. Somebody that needs you to speak life into them. Somebody might be having a bad day. A hello, a hi, how you doing might help. Go out there, try to be better today than we were yesterday. That's it. Let's just put the effort in to be a better person today than we were yesterday. Let's try to have more of an impact today than we did yesterday. All we got is right now. All we got is today. Let's go be great people, y'all. Ghetto Cafe, you guys are the coolest, chillest, coldest chat in the whole wide world. We got Sunshine's GoFundMe up top with prayers and strength of healing to Sunshine Baby. All all super chats were froze to go to GoFundMe today. GoFundMe for Sunshine, man. Let's go bless somebody. You know what I mean? There's people out here that need a blessing. And guess what? We might just be that exact blessing that they need. Love y'all. Y'all go be great. It's a ghetto cafe, man. It's a ghetto cafe. Blessings to everybody out there, man. I really appreciate every single one of y'all. I really, really do. Go be great, man. We out.
Move, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow.
In the building, steam rising from the stove. We switching lanes, they don't want it, they just pose for the smoke. If it's about that coffee, we got the roast and the toast. Shots fired from the French press, let it drip slow and boast. Mornings on the west, sun low, but the grind stay woke. Ghetto cafe, steam in the breeze. Cruising through dreams with a mug and some peace. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves.
Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow.